Welcome back to the Common Dad Podcast, Season Duh. My name is Justin. I'm joined by Ryan and Andrew. So we're finally here. Everybody's in summer. Everybody's out of school, which is good.
Good and bad.
Right? I'm ready for them to go back, but whatever. They're excited. Actually, my oldest wants to go back to school. So we're going to have him evaluated next week because something's wrong. Shouldn't want to go to school, right?
They haven't squashed the joy out of him yet.
Yeah, but I guess in pre-K, like you're still doing all the fun stuff. So he doesn't really. He already had to go in and do like a testing for elementary school. I didn't like a pre-testing to see. I don't know. They want to make sure your kid's not really stupid. I guess I thought it was kind of weird. I don't remember doing that. But nevertheless, before we get started, do not forget to follow us on Instagram. Do not forget to follow us on Facebook, and of course, because we want those analytics no matter what. Leave a 5-star review and we'll read it no matter what it says, unless it's Sarah says we can't.
Exactly.
Way to say that with confidence.
Yeah, well,
way to sell that, Justin.
Listen, we don't have a lot of what's the word, pride, but there's a line, right? There's a line.
We don't want it to get taken down.
Right. Like if it's racist, I'm probably not going to read it. That would probably be a bad look. And there's other lines in there too. So just, keep it slightly above board and we'll probably read it. But we just want the 5-star, really. That's all that matters. So here we are, summertime. Can you guys help me understand something before we get going into our main topic? The fascination with, it's summer, let's go out to eat, but we want to eat outside. We went out to eat the other day and my wife, she's like, oh, let's get a table outside. Why?
I determine that based on the actual weather and not the time of year.
Yeah, but you're in Florida, so it's always hot.
Yeah, there's about 2 days a year that I'll actually say, yeah, let's eat outside. But even then, normally I'll vote for not, because I find the service outside to be deplorable.
It's crap. Is there anything better about eating?
There's half as many servers outside than there are inside, and they never come by the table, so your drink's always empty. And no, outside is rarely worth it unless the weather is just amazing.
Yeah, it's got to be like 68 degrees and slightly, but like in the summertime, it's hot. I'm sweating. There's bugs. My drink is warm. Like you said, the server doesn't come out. If I'm sitting outside, I would like a discount. I think
if the atmosphere encourages it, such as,
like you're grilling.
If there's an atmosphere outside at the restaurant, maybe they got cornhole, maybe they got, different things.
Okay.
Then you could certainly, there's a lot of people outside. And so you could certainly mingle with that.
I think you're both touching on it, Justin. I think where you're at in the United States matters.
Yeah.
If you are in South Florida with the humidity and everything else, I tend to agree with Drew. There's about 3 good days worth it, and they're probably all in the winter here.
Yeah.
In Ohio, though, it's different. I would argue. I mean, we were recently up there for the wedding, right? And I love drinking outside versus drinking inside.
Well, there's a difference. Drinking outside is glorious. Eating food.
You don't drink when you eat dinner? Come on.
I'm talking like sit down, eating dinner. Like if I'm having a hot dog and a beer, whatever, that's fine. Let's walk around. But if I'm sitting down, I don't want flies in my quesadilla.
A formal restaurant like steak and baked potato.
Yeah,
I'm going to be indoors. Don't put me outdoors. But if I'm going to just hang out at a restaurant, I don't know. There's, like Drew said, there's some atmospheres outside, but you got to cut the humidity, and you're right. It's got to be the right temperature. Some places are going to have that more often though than others.
But I'm already getting us behind in the podcast time, but that's what I do. In Florida, there's a lot of restaurants like right on the road, and you'll sit outside and you're just getting exhaust fumes in your. I don't understand this in any way.
No, beach, yes. You get the breeze coming in off the water.
Yeah, but oftentimes in Florida, when you're on beach, you're restaurant street beach.
But that's because your experience with Florida is primarily Fort Lauderdale and Miami.
That's true.
Which is the case.
That's
if you
true.
go Naples, Fort Myers, Sarasota, Tampa,
That's
West
fair.
Palm Beach.
Well, I'm here to tell
restaurants
you.
actually on the beach.
I'm here to tell you, eating outside is tremendously overrated. I don't. Does anybody like sweating? Is that like a fun? Oh, I would love. Would you like to be inside in nice air conditioning, or would you like to feel a bead of sweat roll down your crack as you bite into your ribeye?
No,
Ooh, crack sweat.
no.
Thank you. Mm. Is this medium rare?
Salty.
Oh, jeez. Okay. So anyway, today's topic
Score one for Drew.
is exactly. Today's topic is idiots on the beach. So we're gonna throw this graphic up
Is
here.
that the name of the
Yeah,
topic?
idiots. Actually, that's
Idiots
gonna
on
be
the
the name. The idiots at the beach. We're not the idiots. We are idiots, but we're not the idiots. Not the. We are the common dad. We are not the idiots. We kind
on
of are.
the beach.
Right, on the beach. We are idiots, just not on the beach. So we're going to put a graphic up here, and the only way that you can possibly see this graphic is if you go to YouTube and hit subscribe. If you don't hit subscribe, you don't see it. You might think you're seeing it, but you're not seeing it. It's not the
That's
right
not
one.
the true image.
Hit subscribe and then hit the bell and then send us money, and then you'll see the actual image. And if you send us like $100, you'll see a nice quality image. Anyway, so we're going to put this graphic up. Drew, give us the backstory on what we're looking at here.
So we went down to the beach the other day. Obviously, live in Florida. It's summer. It's warm. Trying to actually enjoy the environment, and we live in South Florida, and we find ourselves indoors a lot, as Justin was just talking about. So we live a few miles from the beach, and then we find we never actually go to the beach. So we took a journey. We drove down to the beach, and we took some chairs out, and we're sitting down. We'd been out there for a couple hours, and this group of people,
idiots,
yes, the aforementioned people, they stroll up with an exorbitant amount of supplies for this beach trip, and it's already 2-3 in the afternoon. I mean, they've already missed the day, and they're just now showing up, and the amount of stuff that they brought just for a beach trip, and then the amount of time that they spent setting up said stuff.
Real quick, and this is, correct me if I'm wrong, this is not an area where like there's beach houses or apartments. Like, this is clearly a day trip, right?
Oh, yeah, this is actually part of a state park. So you had to drive here and unload your car and then drag it from the car to the beach. So we had to grab a picture of, maybe we'll let the audience count. Maybe I won't give the actual number of people. You would be surprised how many people it takes to set up a 10 by 10 easy shade.
How many it took them?
How many took them?
This is different.
Let's clarify.
I can do it by myself.
Take this number, right? Okay.
I can do it.
An exorbitant amount of people setting this thing up
in a windless environment. I would argue you're right, Drew. You could do it with one. With wind, I would say it makes sense to have a couple more than one. But
I'm looking at
this.
I'm looking at.
Don't give it away.
I was just saying.
We're going to make our audience go see this picture and count how many people they see.
I got on one pole over here. This is like a bad stripper stage. Like, this is not.
That's a very crowded pole.
It's not even the pole. It's just like they're trying to pull down the Velcro. We're working the Velcro over here. People trying to get the Velcro strap.
So that's kind of where this topic came out of, is what is the appropriate amount of time to spend setting up for your relaxation, whether it's a vacation, whether it's a day trip to the beach, whether it's if you're going for a couple hours, do you set up for 5 minutes, 10 minutes? You're not going to set up for an hour for a 2-hour trip to the beach.
Right.
What's the appropriate amount of time that you would spend setting up your site or your vacation or whatever it is,
right,
for your relaxation?
I mean, I think that's a great picture. What a like I want.
How much effort are you willing to put into?
Did you get up? Did you want to get up and go help, but then also go, I kind of want to watch this show. I kind of want to watch this show.
Yeah, I definitely want to watch.
This is going to be good.
But that's, I think, naturally, and again, look at the picture, but not everybody has hands on tent. There are people
Right.
whose
Let me
help,
see here.
and I'm making my air quotes here for those of you that aren't following on YouTube, their help is standing there, and I'm sure they're giving feedback with, that
I
shouldn't
got a
go
guy
over
looking
there.
at his feet.
You need to move. No, I don't think you're doing that right.
Right.
You got to love those people that just stand there and say, I don't think you're doing that right. Well, if you think you know how to do it, then why am I doing it? You come in here and do it.
It's not a coordinated group. I'll say that. But as far as the time situation for now, normally when we go to the beach, Ohio guy here, live in Georgia now. So when we go to the beach, it's like we're at the beach. We're
It's
we're
a
gonna.
For the
full
day.
day.
It's a
You're
full
gonna get there
day.
early in the morning so you
Yeah.
8
can capitalize on
hours,
the
9
time.
hours.
Now the key to all this is being prepped the day before or the night before. Like you got to have your cooler's got to be packed. You got to have a game plan. Well, no, I think your cooler doesn't need to be
Same day.
packed.
You pack it all the same day.
You need to pack it all the same day. But
I know you pack it
But
all the same day.
whether
You
you
need
do
to
it
have
the
a
night
game
before
plan.
the night or the morning of,
Yeah.
that's time. That's prep time.
That's true.
versus,
That's true.
But you're talking about 9 hours, 10 hours. Put a number to it. How
Of
long are you
setup?
at the beach?
Oh,
No,
No,
at
no,
I
how
was
long?
like, I don't do anything
How
for
long are you
9
at the
hours.
beach?
I'm not even awake for 9 hours before I just die.
But that's what I'm saying.
Um,
If you go 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., that's 12. If you're like let me sleep in a little bit, pack and get there at
Yeah.
11.
You're normally
and
at
stay
least
till
for the
6 or
beach. You're
7.
packed up before 8 p.m.
For a
You're
f-
not staying there until 8 p.m.
for a
But
full
that's
day,
the beach.
yeah, that's true. For a full day on the beach, especially if you have kids. I mean, you gotta have freaking snacks. You gotta have goldfish
Right.
ready to go to throw at those little psychopaths because they're gonna lose it at some point on the beach.
You're going to
And
get attacked by the pelicans.
They're
or
gonna
the
get
birds,
attacked.
The seagulls.
I'm going to make you put a number to it, though. What's
I'm
full
gonna
day?
put a number, but
6, 8,
I'm just
or 10
saying.
hours?
Well, I'm gonna
I
say
think
from
8 hours for the
eight-
beach.
8 hour
8 is a good number.
a full day
All
at
right.
the beach. And if you want them to nap down there, you don't want if you're a peasant and you're not like us and you're not staying on the beach, you got to walk across the street or something, then you've got a whole nother deal in your hands. I wouldn't know what that's like. No, I'm just kidding. We don't do that all the time. But yeah, a full 8 hours on the beach, I'm probably going to say prep time's about an hour. Setting up, if I've got help, 30 to 45 minutes. And that's
So you're
because
an hour and 30 into an 8-hour.
yeah,
But
hour
you
and
burn
30.
an hour, so
But then you're ready.
relaxing for 6.5
on the beach, man. You're ready to go.
You get
Yeah.
6.5 hours of relaxation.
Yeah. But you
after
know,
an hour
Drew,
and a half of setup.
when we're setting up the beach, we got that thing. It's maybe 2 people on the tent, not like this
I would
group.
say it's not
Probably
45
not
minutes,
even that.
though.
And we're set up and ready to go. And a little pro tip for you: if you do all the work ahead, the wife won't ask you to do nearly as much through the rest of the day. You do have to pick up everything, and then you do have to set up everything. But the middle of the day, you've supplied this paradise for the whole family.
I want to open it up to more than just a beach trip.
Sure.
I think the concept can be applied. If you go on an 8-day vacation, you're taking a big suitcase. If you go on a 2-night vacation, you're probably not taking a big suitcase. Again, there's a correlation there to how much time preparing, how much effort you're willing to spend on the rest of the trip.
That's another question.
I think you're spot on, Drew. I'd throw it to something we grew up doing with camping.
Can you change hats?
Camping's a whole lot of sitting down at the campsite and just hanging out and relaxing the rest of the evening. But you've got to spend time setting up camp. So you want to build a fire, set up, make sure you know where the bathrooms are. If depending on where you're at, and you're having to create your own, or you're at a campsite where there's like a community bathroom or whatever the case might be, but you're setting up a campsite before you're relaxing. So I agree with you, Drew. I think, me being the math nerd that I am, I look at percentages. If you're talking Justin an hour and a half, and I think, Drew, to Justin's point, if he's saying an hour prep, that's before you go, so it'd be 9
correct.
hours, half hour at there. So you're relaxing for 7.5 hours. You're spending an hour and a half. Right. You're spending an hour and a half prep. That's about 17, 18% of your time is spent beforehand. 17 to 18% before working, prepping, and setting up, and the other 82%, 83% is spent enjoying.
And in the
Which
beach
Allegedly.
example, then it's an hour and a half of soaking in aloe vera when you realize you forgot to put proper
It's the
sunscreen
worst.
on.
Oh, you can't
That's
forget
the
the
absolute.
sunscreen.
Listen, another little. If you don't want to drag the tent out there to the beach, I get that it's a pain in the butt to set up. It's not as pain in the butt as those people make it look like, but it is worth it. You get a little shade in there. Like it's a must-have. The
Okay,
tent.
but to elaborate on that though, what's the appropriate amount of time at the beach? If you're going to the beach for 2 hours, are you taking a tent?
No, 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 no,
Okay,
no,
so if you go for 4 hours,
no.
are you taking a tent?
Ooh, yeah. No.
Yeah.
No. I feel
No?
like the tent, I feel like the tent's an all day thing. Like I can bring enough, like give me a little crappy umbrella and give me some like if I'm
Oh,
going
I
for
hate the
any
umbrellas. The umbrellas are always a
yeah,
problem. They
maybe
always
not.
flip inside out. They're always
Yeah.
just a giant parachute.
It's
I
funny.
have never seen an umbrella work well on the
It's
beach.
true. It's just always a nightmare. They're fun to watch though. I encourage it so I can
They're
watch you
hilarious.
with your umbrella as you chase it down the beach, but I'm not going to help. I'm going to watch and drink a beer. Yeah, that's true. The umbrella does kind of suck, but if it's a quick trip to the beach, I'm bringing towels. Definitely gonna bring a cooler that I can just carry a little sixer there.
A small one, yeah.
Yeah, a sixer, towels, and that is it. Like suntan lotion, and where you can play in the sand, or you can play in the water, but that's your
For me, the chair is still a must.
well,
Having
yeah.
like a quick fold chair that has like a backpack strap or something that you
Sitting in
could
the sand
easily
does
carry.
suck. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's a good
And
point.
see,
You have
we have
Tommy
these chairs that
Bahamas.
have like a
Yeah,
little cooler in the back of them too, so you could double up on that.
you have a cooler in the back of your beach chair.
Yes.
I have the same beach chair as I thought I
Do
had the
you?
same beach chair as you.
You probably have a cooler on the back that you never even looked at.
Well, I'm probably an idiot. So there's also that. But
But
yeah,
you're not an idiot that takes people to set up a
boom.
tent.
I'm not that. I have messed up the tents before. Like you get a little wind out there, you get a little proud, try to set that thing up. It can go south in a hurry. But no, to your point, quick beach trip. Give me a towel. There's almost. I would
So
even say there's
there
no
is a
setup time.
limit.
Oh yeah.
There is a line
A
to
cutoff.
adding
Yeah.
more time to your setup.
And I feel like now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know that there's like a midpoint. I'm either going for like 2 to 3 hours. Anything more than that, like no, we're going full bore. I'm bringing everything. Like I don't want to like, oh, should we bring the tent? Like we're either doing it all the way or we're going skeleton crew on this thing. Like I don't want a midway point. You know what I
Now,
mean?
how do you apply that though? Let's say if you're going on a extended weekend trip, a 3-day trip.
To
To Drew's
where?
other point,
To where? The beach. We're keeping this the
no,
beach.
this
Are you
is
talking
no.
just
He
a
was saying any
vacation?
vacation.
Oh,
Let's say you're taking a 3-day trip to New York City, to Washington D.C., educational for the kids.
I don't want to do that. That sounds terrible. I don't like people. I don't
3-day
like
trip to
people.
Disney.
I want,
There's a lot of people at Disney.
bringing my wallet because they won't let you in without that and a lot of it. So,
Credit check to get in.
dude, Disney's a totally different animal because, like, it depends on how much money you want to spend. If you want to go to Disney World and just have a relaxed time and you're not worried about money, you'll be fine. There's plenty of things to buy, plenty of food to be purchased. But if you want to go there and not spend a lot of money on anything but the tickets, like, you got to bring your Camelback. You got to pack lunches or you got to pack. You can have breakfast. You got to pack lunch, and you probably got to pack dinner. And it's not going to be a good dinner.
But this is the topic of conversation, right? How much prep time do you have versus actual
I
vacation
mean,
time?
if you're going to like a Disney World trip, probably not a lot of. You got to make the sandwiches and throw it in a little bag.
Well,
Now here's
but
a
to
little
take your
bag.
earlier
I need
point,
a little bag.
you have to account for your packing before the trip.
Yeah,
Because for the beach trip, you accounted for your packing or
yeah.
preparing for the beach trip. So how much time do you spend pre-planning your trip?
So I'm trying to get away with the most things I need. My wife not would like to have. But also the smallest bag possible. So like I want one of those little. I don't want a full backpack. You know those little just like,
Drawstring?
yeah, like a drawstring. I want like Cliff Bars, sandwiches, and maybe the Camelback in there, or just a bunch of probably the Camelback is the way to go there, and then do a drawstring bag there too. But
you could get free water at all the different kiosks.
That water tastes like toilet water at Disney World.
Well, it's Orlando
It
City
is
water.
pure, like, actually, you know what? I'd rather find a bottle of water out of the trash can. Steven from Iowa, whatever.
You know what's funny, though, is that water filtration there is probably top notch.
It's got to be.
It's probably the best water there is.
Doesn't it taste like butt water? The free water, right? But if you go into like
a few years since I've been, so
yeah, that's true.
It doesn't taste any better than any worse than the rust water I used to drink out of the high school gym drinking fountain. So
they just hit you with a shot right when you drink it.
Yeah.
What's the rush shot? What is it?
Tetanus.
Yeah, there you go. They just come with shot. It. There you go. Clean it up.
Yeah. Your high school gym, back in the 90s.
The rust water.
The rust water.
We didn't have rust water at our school. Ours wasn't that nice.
Nicer school than we did.
You look at the drinking fountains. You look at the drinking fountains. Almost every drinking fountain I've ever seen. If you look at like the little nozzle, they're always rusted.
When's the last time you drank out of a drinking fountain?
Remember Ohio?
What a disgusting idea. Filth.
Yeah.
Like cattle.
I think we're digressing just a little here.
Digressing, getting off topic, but I'm just thinking about nasty. Whatever, yeah. Get us back on track.
This is the most egregious that I do or my family does with this.
I get the feeling you overpack. Would I be wrong?
The overpacking, yes. Well, I'll give you a sneak peek. So there was a recent trip we went on, and it's to the point that we plan a day outfit for the park, a swimsuit for when we get back to the hotel. And then another outfit to change into if they're hanging out around the room or if it rains or something like that and it gets cut short. Then a dinner outfit and then PJs. So 5 outfits for one day.
Now, do you recycle the bathing suit outfit, or is there 5 bathing suit outfits for a 5-day trip?
If it is a 2-day trip, you'll recycle the bathing suit. There's just one because I won't do more than a certain amount of suitcases for a 2-day trip.
Okay.
But if it's like a 3, 4, 5-day trip, it's at least 2 to 3 bathing suits.
Really?
No.
Yep.
Like just the one.
You would think.
The most I'll ever do is 2 because then I can rotate them back and forth and use one while one is drying.
You would think. It's
like when we do our 8-day beach trip, our Saturday to Saturday beach trip, I'll typically take 2 because we're
and you never know
almost all day, and there's a pool and there's a hot tub, and so it's like the one from yesterday is not fully dry when I wake up and I'm ready to go today, and there's just something odd about putting on a wet bathing suit. So I'll have 2
touches
that
the
way
boys.
I can rotate, but I'd never take 3. 3 is excessive.
You're hitting the nail on the head, Drew. So if it's a 2-day trip, you're not going in the pool both days because for us, a 2-day trip's a quick shot to Orlando. You're only hitting the pool one of those days. The other day, you got to drive up one day and you got to drive back the other day. So you only have so much time.
The chlorine cleans it.
Right.
It's fine. It cleans it.
But you're not going to wear have to worry about the wetsuit. But if you're there 3 days, that could mean 2 swim days, and you're not wearing a wetsuit the next day. So on a 3-day trip, you have to take 2 suits. That's the logic I was told.
I'd deal with a wetsuit for one day if I was going for 3.
My wife
the logic I was told I had to agree with.
Suits for a week's vacation. I want to bring. I feel like 2 for a week is good, but then like I'm probably going to bring an extra one, and I don't know why I have this fear, but only when I travel. I'm in the back of my head. I'm like, oh, I may crap my pants. It might happen. It just might happen.
You never know when you might crap your pants.
But then the moment you get confidence and you're like, I'm not going to crap my pants. And then you crap your pants.
Right. I love my wife, but she literally operates by that same credo. She says, I pack every trip as if I'm going to crap my pants every day. So that's why she's got the 5 outfits. 5 outfits a day. That way, if something happens to one, you got 4 others.
Yeah.
Well, we need to schedule an intervention.
I mean, I can understand the fear.
If you're afraid you're going to crap your pants every single day on a 5-day trip, you might want to see a doctor.
That's the difference. She's not legitimately afraid that's going to happen. She packs as if that's going to happen
because it
so
could.
that she feels that she's overprepared.
That's true.
Mm.
But
Over.
overprepared to me means a lot of extra luggage that
Would
is
you
entirely
rather?
unnecessary.
Would you rather? Well, I know the answer for Ryan. I feel. Would you rather overpack or underpack? For me, I would rather underpack. And
Yep.
if I need
There's
to
a
buy
store.
something, I'll buy
Walmart.
it.
I,
Walmart.
Ugh.
I don't understand why it's so wrong to say I'd rather pack what I need.
I don't know what I need.
It's not underpack or underpack. Just but
That's
see,
a
I
lot of
guess I've
confidence.
it's experience.
You are like
You know what
50
you
years older than
need.
us. That's true. I keep forgetting that.
Well, I worked for that
Really
trade show
old.
company where I went on enough business trips often enough. You kind of get an idea for, okay, realistically, am I going to need this? Realistically, am I going to no,
So
I'll
now
wear this
you.
here. I'll wear this here. I'll recycle the jeans. Jeans you can recycle like 3 days.
Oh yeah,
And
you
then
can even
forget
crap in them. It doesn't
jeans are
matter. You can just
fabulous.
pressure wash those babies off. It's fine. It doesn't
Khakis, I
stay
think
in
you
them.
could get khaki shorts. You could probably get 2 uses out of. Shirts are where you run into.
Can we bring back cargo shorts for the love of God? They were so
I don't care if
Well,
you
stylish.
bring them back. I'm still wearing
You're a
them.
dad.
Yeah, like
Dads are allowed.
what a great. I remember walking around in high school, just everything I ever could need and want. I had extra cargo shorts in my cargo shorts. It was
See,
There you
great.
go.
but this all leads back to, let's get back on track. Preparation.
I'm off.
See, this is all
Yeah,
preparing for.
I
Cargo
want to.
pants allow you to have extra preparation for whatever you might encounter
Yeah, I
with
guess
the extra pockets.
my mindset when I go on vacation is I don't care. So if something goes bad, I'm like, well, guess you crapped your. I don't know why I keep going back to crap. I've never, just in case you're listening, I don't crap my pants as often as it
As
sounds
you
like I
make it
crap my
sound.
pants. I
As
have done
often
it,
means you have.
but it's happened. It has happened. Maybe we'll do a podcast about all my little crapscapades, but not right now. Um, what was I saying before? The crapping of the pants.
Wow.
Completely forgot.
Your
No,
attitude
yeah,
is that you just don't
I
care.
just like if something
You
goes
just don't care. If it
wrong,
happens, it happens.
I'm
And there
like,
is, and
well,
Drew's right. There's always a Walmart
or
around.
yeah, there's always a Walmart. I've got, and trust me, we're not getting paid for this podcast. I'm not rich by any standards, but I'm like, all right, I got my wallet. What's the worst that can happen? Ow. What's the worst that could possibly happen? Crappy pants and I got to go buy a new pair of swim shorts. Okay, that's fine. We can swing that. Like we'll be okay. So
Right.
Especially if you're on a beach trip, I'm sure there is some store near
Yeah.
the beach who will sell swim trunks.
so yeah, for me, I'm just to kind of to put me in a nutshell. I'm minimalist. I'm gonna get away with the very least that I can get away with, and if we gotta go buy something, we'll go buy something. And my train of thought there is the kids will be trained to that, so they're gonna know Dad didn't bring extra anything, so don't crap your pants because
The
you're out of luck.
the one difference that I would argue is we're talking about clothes, but when it comes to charging cables and battery packs, I got them all.
Battery packs.
I mean, I take
even
a rechargeable pack. I don't take plural. I have
I've
one
That's
got
never even
a
occurred to
battery
me.
30,000.
pack.
I have
Same.
one
Unfortunately-
30,000 milliamp hour that I take everywhere.
See,
I've
go ahead, Ryan.
Go ahead.
And I have
Okay,
one.
Well,
I have
I just
one
want to
final
brag about
point.
this because
Please.
I've got loving family members who got me a solar powered rechargeable battery thing.
Yeah,
So
there you go.
I throw out the
okay.
solar thing on the back of the back, hang it from the back of the backpack, plug it into the battery pack so the battery pack charges. And then I've got cords for my wife and my daughter's iPhone, my son's iPad, and my Samsung phone. I've got the USB-C and three iPhone chargers and
All of them charging off of solar.
So
all of them charging off. I'm not going to run out of
Yeah.
electricity.
that's one thing. My phone won't ever be charged. It's just not going to be. I will forget that, and we'll add that onto the list. I'm gonna have to buy a charger. The trick for my style, which is not smart, is to go on vacation with people like you, Ryan, and you, Drew, because you're overpacked and you've got like a charging port attached to your shoe that's powered by your steps or something, and I can plug my phone into that. So I just go on vacations with people like you. That way I can underpack, you overpack. everybody wins. That's my overall strategy.
You're not getting my underwear when you crap your pants.
That's fine. You can just free it. It's okay. It's fine. We'll get there. It'll be okay. So yeah, for me, as less as humanly possible, and then we'll pay the price later. And that's really been my mantra in life, and it's worked out enough times to call it a strategy.
So, to carry this back to the beach, though, have you ever gone to the beach and felt underpacked?
No, but in fairness, usually not sober.
Only on one condition.
Have you ever gone to the beach and not had enough beer?
If I forget
never
sunscreen, I feel underpacked. That's it.
Well, yeah, because that's going to cause physical pain.
So if there's an absolute essential item, if we don't have water bottles, you're not drinking the ocean water. If you don't have water bottles or you don't have sunscreen, then I underpacked. But that's like, I could go without a towel. I know that sucks. It would be very sucky to go without a towel.
But you could.
I could go without a towel and hang out till I dry in the sun in South Florida anyhow. It would only take like 10, 15 minutes and I'll be dry anyhow. But water and sunscreen, I feel like you need.
So what's your final percentage, Ryan, for you?
So
your ratio.
For me, it does depend on the trip. I say 10 to 20%. So I think that 17 is appropriate for like the beach trip. I think you're going to spend a little bit more if you go camping. Like it's going to be closer to 20%. Sure. On a quick weekend trip to Orlando, because we've done it so often, it doesn't take me more than 10% of my time. I mean, you think the entire 2-day weekend that you're going, the prep time, unpack time, everything else, I can do it.
That's
super
true.
Fast. So I think that 10 to 20%, if you're going over 20%, you need to lengthen your vacation or just give up on whatever you're doing.
Ryan just said, give up. Agreed. Don't even go. You suck.
No, I would agree with him. 10 to 20% is a good range. And for things that you feel comfortable or where, certain supplies or things are accessible, Justin, you mentioned going to Disney. Okay, well, if you live near Disney and you're planning to buy your food at Disney, you could jump in the car with little to no prep, drive there, spend the entire day there, and have little to no prep for that trip. If you live near the beach, you could grab a towel out of the closet on your way out the door with a bottle of sunscreen and have very little prep for a relatively long trip. But if you're going camping where you are spending the night and you have to prepare your own food, you're going to spend a little bit more time. So I think the 10 to 20 build range, a tent.
You don't want to.
The 10 to 20 range is appropriate.
Yeah.
But I'm usually going to shoot for the lower end of that range.
I would like to say I'm a 10 to 20% guy, but I would be lying to myself. I'm probably closer to like the 8 to 12, 15, maybe if all the kids are coming.
You rely on everybody else to fill it in.
Yeah, exactly. I am a parasite and I will suck the life out of you. That is me. So if you're traveling with me, I don't know what to tell you. Just know I have an extra pair of shorts. That I will bring every single time. Well, gentlemen, this has been a great episode. As always, do not forget to leave that 5-star review. Please let us know your ratio and what you absolutely need to bring, how many pair of pants you need to bring. And if you've ever, crapped yourself on vacation, please let us know as well via a 5-star comment. Do not forget to follow us on YouTube so you can see the awesome graphic. Hit subscribe.
And let us know how many people you see in the picture.
Yeah, that too.
Let us count. Let us know how many you see.
I think we're in the double digits. I'm not sure. The winner will get no prize. So just, make sure
we'll shout
get your submissions. Yeah, we'll say your name. Maybe.
The winner can leave a 5-star review that we'll read on the air.
We will allow it. We'll allow you to leave a 5-star review. It's a privilege. Absolutely. Do not forget to follow us on YouTube, and we are still on Instagram. We are still on Facebook. Go there, like, subscribe, follow, stalk, whatever you want to do. Just hit all the buttons. We absolutely appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we will see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for watching today's episode of the Common Dad Podcast. Let us know if you liked the video by giving us a thumbs up. Even if you didn't, give it a thumbs up anyway. Be sure to subscribe, click the bell to get notifications every time we post a new video. Also, do not forget to follow us on Instagram at _common_dad. Dad and on Facebook at The Common Dad, so you can let us know your thoughts on today's episode.